The daytime waxing crescent moon seen in the sky proves that the moon is not 279,000 miles in space. As you can see from this full moon video that I took using a Nikon P900 camera, I was able to zoom in very close to the moon. My question is if that moon is in fact in space, we should see blackness behind the moon at all times. Now I'll come right back just as soon as you get done looking at the moon. Now this is the daytime waxing crescent moon, but I ask you, if the moon is 250,000 miles out in the darkness of space, how can I see the blue behind the moon during the day? I can literally see right through the moon and see the blue. That's our sky. That would have to prove that the moon is in fact in our atmosphere and under the dome. It often makes me wonder why science can't reproduce the effects of the moon's phases. Let's say science is correct and the moon and the Earth are perfect spheres. Why can't we take a very large flashlight and shine it at a white ball and get the several phases of the moon? The waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous, the waxing crescent, the waning crescent, and the full moon. Simply put, science cannot reproduce this phenomenon. Thus, we're left with one conclusion, that the sun and the moon are very close. Science purports that the sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth, the moon being 279,000 miles away from Earth. But using your own visual senses, you can clearly see that the sun and moon are both very close. In fact, science says that the reason the moon has phases is simply because the Earth is casting a shadow from the sun directly onto the moon. But I'm going to prove that false. I'm going to show you that the sun and moon are in the same sky above our eyes. Therefore, there's nothing casting a shadow. There's no way that the shadow of an Earth can bounce back up against the moon. Hi everybody, this is Pastor Ernest with the alwaysflatearth.com. This Elul 24th, which is August 24th. It's about 9:30 in the morning on the East Coast. And if you look right above us, Apple, tell us what's happening.
There's the moon and the sun.
So there's the moon and the sun in the same sky. The major point that we're going to learn about is that moon right there should not be visible in our sky. At 9:30 a.m., if we're here in the United States of America, and Australia is at 9:30, 11:30 to 12 a.m., then the moon would be directly above Australia, which is directly below us. If the sun is so close, let's pan to the sun. If the sun is so close, and they say that the sun is, I think, about 830,000 miles wide, and you can clearly see that it's not 830,000 miles or 830,000 miles wide. That's complete nonsense. 1.3 million Earths can fit inside of the sun. And yet if you look right up here, you can clearly see with our own eyes that the sun is not 93 million miles away, nor is it 813,000 miles wide. That is pure rubbish. The sun and moon are both under the dome, under our atmosphere, and at many times below the clouds that are in the sky. If the sun were truly 813,000 miles across, we should see the sun from every vantage point in our sky. Basically, we should never see the blue because it completely would fill up our vantage point from the ground looking upward, as well as the sun. Now, let's consider the sun and the moon, and I ask you, where in the Torah, where in the Tanakh did the Creator call the moon a land? Where did he say that the sun is 93 million miles away? Simply put, he didn't. They're called ors. Or is the Hebrew word for light or luminary, and that's what the Creator called the luminaries in the sky upon the haaretz, the flat earth, the flat and stationary earth. So my friends, I challenge you to pick up your Torah, to pick up your Tanakh, and find out the truth of what the Creator calls the sun and moon and the earth. There's no such thing as planets circling a big sun. There's no such thing as the earth flying through a galaxy at 666,000 miles per hour. We're flat, we're stationary, the earth does not move, and this is the awakening that I think much of humanity has been waiting for. Keep coming back. Come again for another teaching on the Torah, on the luminaries.